Hi, welcome to Elevate. Today we are talking about the law of attraction again. Why? Well, people are fascinated with the law of attraction. I mean, imagine if what you think about you could actually attract. Yeah, that's why it's fascinating, because it works. And a lot of people in the Bible community, they kind of push back on me and they say, Jen, stop, that's manifestation guru. Well, if it was, then it wouldn't work. It works because it's God's law, and we're going to reclaim it. And I'm going to show you why it works and then apply the principles so that we can launch your life. All right, let's dive in. You are where you are today because at some point you chose to be here. Maybe you chose it consciously. Maybe you didn't even realize you were choosing it all. But the life you're living right now, the peace you have, the stress you carry, the people you surround yourself with, it's all a harvest of what you've planted, what you've allowed, what you've tolerated, what you've expected, and what you believe. You didn't end up here by accident, you attracted it. And the hard truth is most people don't want to hear this because it's easier to blame than it is to build. But here's the good news. If your past choices created this life, then your future choices can create a new one. You're not stuck. You're standing in what you've been attracting. So change the magnet and launch your life. You've all heard the cute saying, what we think about, we bring about. I mean, I've said it 100 times before. It's all over social media, self-help podcasts, books. It's the backbone of the manifestation culture. But here's something that no one's saying. The world didn't invent this. This idea that your thoughts shape your life, they didn't start at a TED Talk. It started in scripture, and I want to show you how and where. You know, Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Mark 11:24 says, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain on tablets. That one's hilarious to me. Who said the Bible was difficult? Philippians 4:8, whatever is true and noble and pure, think on it. And the world calls this the law of attraction. Well, God calls it faith, vision, belief, and renewing your mind. He did this long before it was trendy. But the world still loves worldly proof. So let's look at some worldly examples. Oprah said, you become what you believe. All right, Oprah said it, so it must be true. How about Jim Carrey? He wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered before he ever got famous. He visualized it, he manifested on it, and years later he got the exact amount. Will Smith built his entire life through visualization, belief, and certainty. But let's not stop there. Let's look at the examples in the Bible. Abraham, the father of all nations, he believed in it for an entire future generation before he had a child. And how about Joseph? Remember Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat? He clung to a vision from a prison cell and then was elevated to second in command. And David declared victory on Goliath before Goliath fell. Noah, he built a massive ark with 0 signs of rain. These people did not hope. They believed, they saw, and they acted as if it were already done. That's the kingdom mindset. When it's aligned with God and you believe in God's vision, you act like it's already been accomplished. When you know your vision is aligned with God, then you believe that He can do all things. All right, so let's break this down and how it works. Number 1, focus filters reality. Did you ever hear of the blue car effect? Like you think of a blue car and then all you see are blue cars. I used to do this when I was younger and I was in the mall and I'd be pushing my babies in their carriage and all I saw were moms my age with baby carriages. And it dawned on me the other day, I went to the mall, I don't see any, there's no more young moms in the mall. It's because I'm not the young mom with the stroller anymore. I see people just like me. It's called the blue car effect. It happens all the time. And now when you see this, you won't be able to unsee this. Your focus filters your reality. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. It's all tied into the law of attraction. The brain calls this the reticular activating system at work. That's what the world calls it. The Harvard gurus love to throw that around, the reticular activating system. Okay, yeah, your brain literally filters what you focus on. Got it. All right, number 2, when you believe something is possible, you just show up differently, don't you? You take more risks, you speak more confidently, and you show up with more power. You have to have belief. Number 3, faith activates favor. God doesn't move because we manifest hard enough. He responds to our true faith in the dream and the vision that he gives us. And when you align your thoughts with his word, you don't just shift your mindset, you shift your reality. So let me articulate that one more time. When you ask God to reveal the dream, and he reveals it to you, and you write it down, and you believe it's from God, that belief, that faith activates the promise and shifts your reality. So what you think about, you literally attract. So we better be careful what we think about. You're not just attracting what you want, you're attracting what you tolerate. And if you're not intentional about where you're going, the world is going to decide for you by the news you listen to, your social media feed, the half-empty best friend that you're hanging out with, the worldly podcasts that are an inch from truth, which is a mile from freedom. And when I say that, I mean the ones that tell you about manifestation, which is so close. They're an inch from the truth. Yes, that's true. But the mile from freedom part is you have to align those dreams with God's will. Your inputs are shaping your output, and the world is your billboard every day telling you what to take in. Every ad, every billboard, every soundbite, every scroll is planting seeds. You attract what you allow, so guard your inputs. Let's shift immediately. All right. Number one, start with a vision board. You have to have a vision board, not just a Pinterest pretty board, one that reflects your actual values. We should not feel bad because we want beautiful things in our life. He made these beautiful things. Put the beautiful things on your vision board. What you see is what you will get. Number two, audit your inputs. What music are you listening to? What shows are you binging? What podcasts are you feeding on? If I picked up your phone, I could answer all of this. Change what you are seeing, and you will change what you are becoming, and you will change the outcome of your life. All right, got it. Number three, audit your circle. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You talk the same, you walk the same, you dress the same. Your core circle I'm talking about. If they complain, you complain. If they have fear, you have fear. Do they settle? If they do, you will too. If they don't stretch you, they will shrink you. But if they believe big, think higher, and pursue purpose, then you will too. Do you have faith-filled friends who remind you every day of your worth and pray over you rather than complain with you? Audit your circle. And that doesn't mean let them be. It means love them from a distance if you need to. Number 4, set a filter. Ask this before you consume anything or spend any time with anyone. Would my future self thank me for this? Just ask that question. Is this the life I want? And then number 5, speak the vision every day. Don't just think about it. Speak it into existence. Hang up your vision board and speak it into existence. Speak truth. Speak what God says. Speak what's possible. Your words are the steering wheel. Your words become your thoughts, and your thoughts become your outcome. What you plant is what you will become. So change your words. All right, you don't need to become someone else. You don't need a miracle tomorrow. You need to just shift a little bit today. Your life is not random. It's the sum of the total of what you have allowed, focused on, and believed for. And that means you can change it. So start now. Change the magnet, change the inputs, and change your life. You're going to elevate, think higher, choose wiser, and live life launched. Remember, the law of attraction works because if he brings you the vision, he brings you the provision. And that's the real truth behind what you think about, you bring about. And now that you understand the importance and how it's from God, and you know how it works, if you want to start shifting from a worldly lifestyle to a godly lifestyle, just go on over to my website, launchyourrocket.com. I have a course called B101 or Bible 101 that you could take. Who is God? Who is Jesus? Why do I even want to follow him? What is the Bible? How would I even read it if I wanted to? Well, maybe because it's a love story about you and you're the main character. God's way works. Steal his truth. If you're living a life and you're feeling unfulfilled, well, this is the blueprint to a life of joy, peace, abundance, a life that attracts. His way works. The world will fill you with ideas, but it'll keep you stuck and unfulfilled. I want you to launch your life. And I know the answer lies with him. And remember, some people are like, oh gosh, you don't have to become a monk or anything or start raising your hands in the air. You just have to start drawing a little near to the one who created you and created the law. And if you really want to launch your life, you can take my course called Elevate. We find your dreams. We see that they're aligned with God. We take them down from the cloud that they've been living in until you hold them in your hand. You wake up every day with a fire in your soul and a joy that you've been seeking for so long. All right, I love the law of attraction, and I hope you do too now. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time on Elevate.